guys, welcome back to Mazatlán. Right now I am walking down the beach in the Zona Dorada, which is kind of the more touristy area. If you remember, I mentioned that to you guys in the last video. So let me give you a little bit of the view that I'm looking at behind me. View of the city, really nice. So that's where I walked from, all the way down there. So these islands over here, I also pointed out yesterday. This one in front right here is Isla de Pájaros, followed by Isla de Venados. The last one there in the back, little one, is Isla de Chivos. So basically they have a bunch of islands named after animals here. First one being birds, second one deer, and third one is goats. And apparently, well, they have also, there's this monument here in one of the like roundabouts. You drive through the main street basically that goes through the city, or basically up and down the coast. It's a huge red deer. Apparently there's a lot in the area. Of course you don't see them now because, well, the city's been built up, but apparently maybe still some on that island. I don't know. But also as I've been walking down, I've been noticing there's these nice, mostly secluded looking beaches on those islands. So definitely plan to check those out at some point. A lot more low key and all that compared to basically what I've seen so far. But even this area today, you can definitely see it's more touristy. Not that it's like super bad either, but most white people I've seen since I've been here, so apparently they're all staying in this area. Not as much banda, but I think I've still passed at least 2 or 3 on the walk so far. But yeah, so that's where I am right now. Let me backtrack a little bit. Last time I talked to you guys, after that I just walked down the boardwalk a bit more to the other end, going south. So just walk down that way a bit more. It's cool to see it at night. Definitely this place becomes alive more so in the evening. Sunset right now is at 5:45 about, so earlier than San Diego even. But of course, because once the sun goes down, it's still hot, but cooler. So everyone comes out and the boardwalk's pretty packed. Speaking of which, I was trying to fact check it, and anyways, apparently the boardwalk's about 13 miles, even longer than I heard. But it is really cool that they have that, goes a long way. Anyways, some other things I learned too as well that I'll just fill you guys in on. Well, my friend Kyle, who's the one that comes here all the time and has the places here, originally came because they're well known for bass fishing. So again, great on the fish and the seafood and all that. It's a big thing here, and it originally, or it's fisherman's town. That's kind of how it started off. So, and I also learned that they have Carnival, of course, in February, but it's one of the biggest ones in the world. So if I am here still at that point, that would be really cool to check out. But some more things that I learned about the area. I'm going to show you guys the view now. This is the first volleyball court I've seen, so that's exciting. I was asking about it, I think yesterday or the other day. You can see that beach is getting crowded down there. Might have to make a U-turn. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, I heard that they had some volleyball nets set up down this way in La Zona Dorada. But this one's looking not in the best condition. Still playable, but yeah, I don't see anyone on it. So anywho, after that, the next day, what did I do? I went surfing. So this was yesterday. I quickly lose track of time. I didn't go later that evening, but I did go yesterday to an area called Los Pinos. So it's, again, a little bit south of where I'm staying. I'm staying right by the Monumento del Pescador, so the fisherman's monument, which is kind of like a main landmark on the boardwalk. And just continue down. Oh, I went with a friend. It's really awesome, like, connecting with people, because basically one of my friends lives here and took me surfing. It's been pretty big here lately, so I don't even remember the forecast said. Some days they're showing like 8 to 10 or whatever. I don't remember what it said for yesterday, but it was easily, I would say, overhead to double overhead, which overhead, if you're not a surfer, means, again, when you're on the wave, overhead. So like 6 feet would be over my head, and then to double overhead, twice that height. Anyways, they were big. It was a point break, so, and good surfers and good boogie boarders. It makes it a little bit trickier because if you're not like right by the peak, and there's good people on it all the time, you're either already in someone's way or it's just harder to catch them on his shoulder. But it was really cool to check out. We were out there for a while, honestly, from like walking into the beach to by the time we got out, I think like 3 hours about passed by. So I wasn't catching waves back to back left and right, but I did catch several, so it's still cool. And they were fun, and they do stay open, which is nice, versus they're like closing out regardless of if you catch it or not. So anyways, that was fun to explore. Again, it's hot and sunny, so definitely tiring when you're out in the sun. But after that, we drove a little bit down the coast again. I had seen this place on the beach where we went to surf that was selling coconuts, like coconut water, which looked really good. We ended up stopping at another place down the road. Oh, there goes the banda. Let me show you the view real quick. I think I'm gonna make a U here. I also see another volleyball net down there. Anyways, but it's loud and crowded, so I'll go back in this direction for now. Yeah, anyways, we stopped at this place to get coconuts, and it's kind of interesting too because I seriously just wanted like coconut water, but it's this whole stand where they can put whatever you want in a coconut. And here, if you're not familiar, well, they had all these options for seafood, for fruit, or for candy, whatever you want, but they put, it's like rare that you just have just plain fruit. It's always covered in chili spices or something like that. So it was just funny to see all the options there, but I enjoyed that. And then there was this area we stopped, there's a lookout point, so basically we walked down there to get some of the sights and stuff. The views are, again, just awesome here. All of these islands and stuff you can see, or I don't know how well you can see, but they're just like these lush green islands, which again is really nice when you're used to being in a desert. So yeah, we just explored that area a bit, checked out the views, also drove down a little bit farther to where the lighthouse is. Still haven't hiked it yet, but drove a little bit farther that way. And then came back and did a drive into the centro histórico. So basically the center town, which is old historic area, which is really pretty. I feel like wherever you find those in any city or country, wherever, they're always really pretty. So that was cool to check out. I ended up actually going back there later because we just drove through. So I later on walked back to that area. It's about half an hour from where I'm staying. Walked around a bit. I also was told, so it's mostly just restaurants, not shops, which is kind of interesting, but they all open later in the day. So it's interesting, when we were first driving through, everything was closed really, and everything starts to open later. But again, I think a lot of people try to avoid being out in the sun and the heat during the day, so just things come alive more in the evening. So walked around there, went to the Plazuela Machado, which is the main square, really cute area. Again, they have all the little colorful colonial style homes and architecture, all that stuff. And then I also saw the Catedral, and then stopped by this place that had been recommended also by another like friend of a friend I met in San Diego just before coming here, called Panama. So it's this bakery that apparently has good breakfast and stuff too. So I haven't made it for breakfast yet, but I did decide to take a look and bought a pastry, which I later ate, which was delicious. It had like a puff pastry stuffed with basically this kind of cream and nuts and stuff, really good. And then stopped in this cafe called Allegro to get a Oreo Frappuccino. Sounds very American, but it was delicious. And especially when you're out in the heat all day, like anything refreshing and cold sounds amazing. So did that, and also kind of briefly walked around Pino Suarez, which is the main market here. Most of it was closed, even though Google said it closes at 6, but you know how that goes in other countries. Not always accurate. Some things were open, a lot was closed already. But just a market where you can find almost anything. And just briefly walked around there. So headed back, and what else? There, I also saw, so there's a basketball court, which I noticed the other day. I don't know if I might check that out one of these days, we'll see. But they also have this outdoor gym, which is cool to see. I had seen one before, but this one's a little bit bigger, right next to the basketball court. So another option to get exercise. Again, probably better in the evening when it's cooled off some. And then also there's another spot where they have the Mazatlán letters, so walked, anyways, all through that area back to my place. So that was yesterday. And yeah, today again, I've just been exploring La Zona Dorada. Not really sure when I'm going to turn back. So if I keep going in the other direction where I was originally headed, which I will go back shortly, I'm going to hit the marina soon. So I'm thinking at least walking over to there and then possibly walking back on the main strip afterwards. We'll see. Oh, another thing too, I used a public bus for the first time today. So again, I always like to do everything as local as I can when possible, especially if I'm going to be somewhere, living somewhere for a while. So 12 pesos for the ride, which is, I mean, close to 50 cents. You can't beat that. And again, you could walk forever, which in a car it's super fast, but without a car, walking will take you forever. So yeah, that was another new experience for today. But that's about all I got for you for now. Maybe gonna try out a new surf spot tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted and talk to you later. Bye.